I'm Stephen Samra, and I'm an associate with C4 Innovations.
Over my lifetime, I've experienced homelessness, mental health challenges, severe and chronic addiction, criminal justice involvement that included incarceration in a state prison, and serious trauma that was exacerbated by poverty into adulthood. I had a very serious and chronic opioid addiction. And I would fall down and I would stumble over and over, and I relapsed over and over, and I struggled over and over. I white knuckled that for about 8 months. And today I know there's some research that points to the fact that people with chronic opiate addictions who try to white knuckle it, who just try abstinence, 93% return to active use within a year. So the challenge of trying to white knuckle yourself through what's called post-acute withdrawal syndrome after you've used opiates for a very long time was unbelievable. Dorothy is actually the person who recommended that I investigate methadone, a medication-assisted treatment program. I decided to give it a shot. It was worth trying it. And so I went to a clinic, and she came with me, and I started in the program. And probably within, well, I'll tell you right now, I mean, I dosed that day, that morning, and in the next hour, I felt completely normal. I wasn't high, but I wasn't sick, and I wasn't really uncomfortable. So I continued in the program. I did all the things that you're supposed to do in a methadone program and a medication-assisted treatment program, and really, really quickly realized that what it was giving me was the stability to not think about the drugs and to focus on other things in my life. I realized that I could actually function and be really perform well at work on a lower dose of methadone. This intersection between recovery services and homeless services. And so, again, I took a couple of years, but I'm involved in that work at the national level right now. I reached a point where I realized that this was therapeutic, not something to party on. And that is a major shift for people that are used to looking at all medication as drugs. I cannot explain to you why I am no longer absolutely compelled to use, but it wasn't a light switch moment. It was a gradual plummet of this compulsion to alter my head. And I found more and more that the periods of sobriety I had, I really liked who I was, and I believe that other people really liked who I was. That was a major shift. I stayed in the methadone program, and in 2012, I began to seriously work towards doing a medically supervised detox out of the program. I did it very carefully, and I did it over a period of about 2.5 years under the supervision of my counselor and of course, the clinic doctor, and then my own personal physician. And on February 13th of 2014, I took my last dose, and I have been out of the medication-assisted treatment program since that time. One of the greatest pieces of my recovery happened this year. My two youngest, and when I say youngest, one is 25 and one is 22, so they're certainly not youngsters, but they're my babies. They have both returned to my life. That sort of coming together of my family that was in tatters, stable employment through the amazing work that C4 has done with me and for me. That gave me this sense that I have achieved full recovery. And with those threads hanging out there, you can be in recovery, but there's a lot of stuff that still needs to be tended. I think I've addressed most of those things. It has not been an easy journey, but I would absolutely do it again.